Welcome to Amaka Intellectual Factory, where I host podcasts and many other interesting stuff. President Trump is right. Christian genocide is happening in Nigeria. This has been happening for the longest time, and we all know this. So I cannot understand how people are in denial of this. There are people in Nigeria who are being killed, murdered, genocided because of their Christian faith. That does not take away the fact that other people are being killed. And the people doing the killing are Muslims. This is not something new or something we don't know. I'm listening to what those who are denying what is happening are saying. They're saying, Muslims are also being killed. It's not just the Christians. Well, who's doing the killing? Isn't it Muslims? What are their reasons for going to a village of purely Christians and wiping off that village, if not for the fact that they are Christians? Burning down the churches. It's very heartbreaking and disrespectful to the Christian souls that have been lost in this Christian genocide happening in Nigeria to deny the existence of this thing. This thing intensified during Obama's presidency. Obama's presidency was bad for Black people globally, including Black Americans. Obama's presidency was bad for even gay people in Africa. Because up until Obama went to Africa and started advocating for gay rights, it was the most bizarre thing because nobody cared about anybody being gay on that continent. There were parts of Africa where people culturally accepted homosexuality. But Obama had to go there and push his agenda, this globalist agenda. And because of Obama, you have even gay people being persecuted on that continent because of their sexual orientation. Everybody knows about the Muslim expansionist agenda. It's nothing new. This has been going on for centuries, for thousands of years, because centuries is hundreds of years. This has been going on for thousands of years. Many academic scholars have written on the Muslim expansionist agenda. There's nothing new about it. Now, the thing is, the type of Muslim, though, that is pushing this Muslim expansionist agenda. I went to school with Muslims, but Yoruba Muslims. And I can tell you right now that the Yoruba Muslim men that I went to school with are some of the most gentlemen I have ever encountered in my life. They were good to me. They were protective of me. Very intelligent men who have gone on to be great husbands, great fathers, and everything. None of them is taking up arms and hurting people. What we're really looking at and what we really should be talking about is the Muslim Hamites, because that is where the aggression is coming from. They have an expansionist agenda. I've been meaning to make a video on how some guy who wrote a biography on Obama was very shocked that Obama wrote a book, and in that book, there was no mention of a woman even once. Yet this is a man that said he was raised by his mother. He didn't even mention her, according to this guy. I couldn't understand how someone who considers himself a scholar could not understand that this is a common Hamitic trait. That lack of acknowledgement of the humanity of the woman. So we need to know where the problem is. Most Nigerians will say, it's the Fulani. Or people say, it's the Fulani, if you want to call it Fulani. Nigeria will say Fulani. And when Nigerians say that, what they really mean to say, it is the Muslim Hamite that is the problem and have always been the problem. This is Al-Andalus all over again. When you study history, you would understand. This is Al-Andalus. Al-Andalus is a caliphate. It is a globalist caliphate. But not to deviate, Nigerians don't really know their Hamitic neighbors. And as a result, you have people who aren't even Nigerians ruling Nigeria. I believe Buhari was not even a Nigerian citizen. People said he was from, is it Chad or Niger or Chad? The then president of Nigeria, when Obama was president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, talked about how Obama's presidency's interference in Nigeria's affairs really hurt Nigeria and Nigerians. You know, I'm really upset that the Nigerian government hasn't done more to explore a Trump presidency. I'm really upset that we're not seeing a situation where more and more African countries are taking advantage of the Trump presidency. Because let me tell you right now, President Trump's presidency and his administration is a period of grace. This is the 7 years of plenty. And it is wise that we make hay while the sun shines. This is the time where you get that extra oil before you go to the wedding. So that when your oil, when the one you have in your lamps run out, you have extra oil to put in your lamps. This is a grace period. If you're a good person, President Trump's presidency is a great time to make hay while the sun shines. Many of you are playing with the beast system. You think this is something that you can just get around. You can't. The Bible is very articulate about this. It says, unless you have the mark of the beast, you're not going to be able to do anything. The absolute nature of the beast system. And at this point, I'm referring to not just Nigerians, but even Americans. When I see how even Republican politicians don't seem to appreciate what is at stake. We're playing with the beast system. We need to be prepared. We need to be preparing ourselves financially and taking care of things around us, taking care of our bills, taking care of people we love, and just spreading love. This is the period. I'm currently writing a book. And right after this recording, guess what I'm going to get to? Writing my book. So yes, President Trump, there is Christian genocide going on in Nigeria. The unfortunate thing is that Nigeria is under multiple strongholds. And there are people benefiting from this Christian genocide, including, unfortunately, many Nigerians. And something has to be done. The world cannot just keep looking away as precious souls are being lost in Nigeria. It is unfair to state that because Muslims are dying, therefore there is no Christian genocide. There is Christian genocide. When these Muslim Fulanis or Fulanis go to, the best way to describe them is Hamites, because Nigerians just call Hamites Fulanis. They don't know there are different groups of them. So when these Muslim Hamites go to villages that are clearly Christian villages and raze them to the ground, everybody, there are videos of this thing all over the internet. I came across one once, I couldn't watch it all. You could see babies. You could see babies dead in their mother's hands. This is evil. Churches burnt to the ground, a whole village. And this happens all the time in northern Nigeria. So President Trump, you are right. And as the true US president after my heart, I can't thank you enough for speaking up on this matter. It is also deliberately obfuscating when people come out and talk about how, oh, but the US government supported this. Yes, listen, The British government that brought Christianity to Nigeria was very obviously favoring the Muslims. This is Nigerian history, insisting on putting Muslims in positions of power and authority in Nigeria right from the making of Nigeria. So what that needs to be shed light on is that Muslim Hamitic expansionist ideology. Yeah, so that's my point for now. I am writing a book. Right after this, I'm going to go back to my book. But it was very important that I put my 2 cents on this. And it's probably not going to be the last time I talk about it. The then president of Nigeria, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, wrote a very nice book where he really went in depth on the interference of the Obama presidency in Nigeria to advance that Muslim Hamitic expansionist agenda. I have a copy of the book. I haven't read it, and I should, and I would. And when I do read it, I would share my experience with my viewers on YouTube and across social media, of course. There's a guy that wrote a biography on Obama, and he said that when he read Obama's book, Obama did not once mention a woman in his book. Yet this is a man that says that he was raised by his mother and didn't even mention her even once. These are very common Hamitic male traits. We can't keep acting like we don't know. In order to find a solution to a problem, you need to know what the source of that problem is. There is a Christian genocide happening in Nigeria. This we all know. We cannot spit on the graves of those Christians who refused to denounce their Christianity and were genocided for that. We cannot do that. That is all I have to say for now. Until next time, take care of your lovely selves. And remember, life is beautiful and worth living.